Hi, Laura Peters here from Dublin, Ireland. There are so many updates. I couldn't fit them all into a newsletter, so I'm going to try to cover them in a video. We just had On Stage this last weekend, and that is our annual convention. I don't know why we don't call it a convention, but it's called On Stage. So at On Stage, they shared loads of updates with us. Lots of sneak peeks into the new catalog. I can show you the cover. That's all I'm allowed to show you now, though. But look at this. Look how skinny it is. So we are replacing the annual catalog and mini catalogs with 3 catalogs. So 3 times a year, you'll get a new catalog. This is one of them. It's about a magazine size, and that's it. There won't be 2 separate ones. There will still be the online exclusives, but we will have the, I guess you could kind of think of it as like 3 minis, but it also has all the information about the cardstock, the ink, everything in one place, okay? So that's the first change. The second and the biggest one is Paper Pumpkin. I know some of you know what Paper Pumpkin is. I had Paper Pumpkin back in the US when it first came out. I actually still have the stamps that came with it. And I've got a box up here that's all faded. That pink box, that's a Paper Pumpkin box. That's been sitting there for a long time, used as storage, because just like the kids, it's a good box. You don't want to waste a good box, right? Nobody wastes a good box. So if you aren't familiar with Paper Pumpkin, it is a monthly subscription service. So like if you get a makeup mystery box every month, that would be like this. This is your crafting mystery box. The nice thing about it is it's just like our all-inclusive kits. So if you already like our kits, you'll like this. The biggest difference is you do not get a block with each one. They give you one the first time, and you're meant to keep track of it, because I don't know any messy crafters that would have a messy desk that could possibly lose anything in. And I believe it's going to be like one of those blocks that come with the kits, which is a really basic one. And if you don't like that, then you can upgrade to our nice Stampin' Up! Boxes, blocks with the finger grips in them. I'm sure you're all are already familiar with these nice thick ones that are easy to hold. But anyways, that's a whole separate issue there. So they come in a box. It's the same size as our kits, I think. I haven't held them up. And you open it up, first thing you see is this lovely blue tissue. Whoops. I've already been playing with mine. So it looks lovelier than that when it first comes. And just like the kits, you get 3 different, well, in this case, it's 3 different cards, 9 cards total, and you get instructions just like our kit. Okay, and you will get an ink spot and stamps every time at the very least. This is the April kit. If you sign up April 1st, which is the first day you can sign up here in Ireland, this is the kit you will be getting. You can still sign up in April to start with the May kit, but you have to wait until April 11th or 12th. You have to wait till mid-month to do that. The nice thing is there are options for replacing the consumable products in here, so the cardstock and stuff. So you would not get another stamp and stamp spot, but you can get all the card in the envelopes if you'd like. You can order that refill later. You can also order old kits. There are also sometimes add-ons like dies that would go with the kit. This one, the April one, is coordinating with a new bundle in the new catalog, just for another little sneak peek. It's that style. And you can skip months. I think there was something else and I forgot. Oh well. But it's a monthly surprise in your box, in your mailbox, or on your doorstep. You know what I'm getting at. I also was surprised at the price, because I thought, okay, our all-inclusive kits right now with the stamp and an ink are going for up to 30 euros. This Paper Pumpkin price includes postage. Right now, it's 8 euros postage, $7.99, 8 euros. So I was like, oh, maybe they'll sell for 38. They're 34. So I thought, oh, well, comparatively, that's a good deal. So yay. And I was told in the training that there is occasionally free gifts in there. So I haven't had paper pumpkin in years. I've been in Ireland for 12 years. It's not been available up till now. So the only questions I can answer for you right now are what they've given us in the training so far. But in a month, I'll have a lot more info for you. And I will also provide the link when it becomes available on April 1st. I don't have a link for you until April 1st. I can't get to it either. That's the biggest announcement. A couple other things for you. They are changing some of the ink pads. The black ink, the Memento and the StazOn are going away, and we're getting a hybrid ink. This is really helpful for people who like to color, because this ink is meant to work with both watercoloring and alcohol ink coloring. So you don't have to use Memento for one and StazOn for the other. You can use it for both. If you're not into coloring, it's not really going to help you. Lost my train of thought because I was thinking about how it opens. They did say that it opens slightly harder because the seal is really tight. I think because it, maybe it evaporates easier than the Memento ink. I haven't had the opportunity to use it yet. But it will, the lid lifts right off like the current Memento. It's just a tighter seal, okay? Not like our current inks with the crazy flippy floppies. So, also, you do not need the special cleaner for it. You don't need the StazOn cleaner, but it will stain your clear stamps. So your clear stamps will have a black, retain the black on them, but it won't transfer to other things. So I'm for it personally because I've started coloring more, and I don't like having to use the StazOn cleaner because it can damage your stamps if you don't wash it off, right? But anyways, the other news on the ink pads is we are getting magnetic ink pads, but it's a slow transition, okay? And none of this, by the way, is effective until May 1st. So when the new catalog starts. I'm telling you now because it might affect what you order between now and then. But currently, our stamp pads, you pull it up, slide it, locks into place, okay? The new ink pads, and it's got this like spongy top, right? The new ink pads will have a felt. Did they call it felt or fleece? It's very similar to the old linen style. I think they called it a felt top. It's a fabric top. It's meant to hold more ink, and it's meant to solve some of the over-inking leakage problems we've been having lately. If you haven't had that, good. Don't worry about it. It would have happened when your ink pad first came to you. The lids lift right off, just like a Memento ink pad. But then it's magnetic, so you can stick it on the bottom, you can stick it to the side, and it will hold in place. Now, I'm so used to these, I picked it up by the lid and it fell down, and it was like, oops. So there's a little bit of a mental adjustment there. But they're actually also slightly bigger than this, but they're supposedly going to still fit in your storage, your current storage. They are only in the new in colors so far. I believe eventually all the ink pads are going to transfer to it, but at the moment it's only the new in colors. So keep that in mind. So if you're desperate for another color, you might not want to wait to replace it. Okay. Also, one of the in colors is a returning color that I loved. I can't tell you what yet, but I loved it and I'm excited. The other news I had for you is there's a slight change to the demonstrator sign up join process. Currently, you sign up, you pick 175 euros worth of products. You can't go over that. And when you drop, if you don't meet your quarterly minimums, you drop off, you can sign it back up right away. Under the new system, which is starting in June, instead of having to make that 175 euro order, you get a coupon code worth 175 euros. So what that means is you can add on. You can spend 300 euros if you want and just use that coupon code to take the 175 off and get the other items that you wanted on the same order, and you just pay the overage. And if you drop and want to join back on, there's a 45-day cooling off period. So you can't drop and sign right back up the next day, but you can sign back up a month and a half later. So just something to consider. But that's not happening until June. Were there other announcements? I think that was all the announcements. If I think of something else, I'll come add back on. Ooh, I remembered the updates I was missing. There are 2 virtual retreats coming up. There's a virtual album retreat, which means scrapbooking, 29 April to 1st May. And there's a virtual card retreat 1st and 2nd October. I know that's way far out. I didn't do the last virtual card retreat because I looked at it and was like, ooh, that's a bit pricey. But my friend did, and she loved it. She came and showed us all her cards that she had made during the retreat, and we loved every single one of them. And as well, one of the stamp sets that they used is now being offered as a bundle, but the other one isn't. And I don't know if it will be. So you get some exclusive sets there. She said she learned so much, all kinds of new techniques, and she has been crafting for a long time and doing cards for a long time. So she isn't even a beginner, and she got so much out of it, had a great time, made wonderful things, and then she still got all the stamps and the dies and that to go forward with. So based off of the recommendation from someone who actually did it, worth the price. I think I'm going to start trying to do more scrapbooking, and so I'm planning to sign up for this virtual album retreat. And then if you have other friends that want to do it also, you can get together and do it together. I have a monthly class here at my house in South Dublin. I think that I will offer a craft along for anybody who wants to sign up for one of these virtual retreats that we can watch it together, either here or somewhere more suitable depending on the amount of people that we have, and craft along together. You don't have to watch it live. You can watch the recordings. And yeah, I plan on participating in both of these virtual retreats. So keep that in mind. The virtual album retreat is showing up on the Stampin' Up website right now. I can't tell you the price, unfortunately, because the site decided to go down right as I was researching this, but I will post the link up so that you can check the price yourself when it's cooperating. If there's anything you've heard about that I forgot to mention, let me know and I'll give you another update. I just remembered another update. We're getting these really cool, sorry, bear with me. I was cooking dinner when I remembered this. Like 3D dies. So this is an example. Also another sneak peek. Sorry, there's the good side. So kind of like the hybrid embossing folder, but it's a cutter where you cut out the shape and then you run it back through with a silicone mat, which you will have to buy, but just the one time. And you get these beautiful 3D images. Isn't that cool? Again, coming in the new catalog May 1st. And glimmer pens! Kind of like the Wink of Stella. The container looks frankly just like the Wink of Stella, but they're telling me it's like glimmer instead of shimmer, or the other way around. Anyways, it's very close, but they're coming in the new ink colors. So I don't know if this is going to be rolled out for all the colors, but the new ink colors have the new ink pads and the new glimmer pens, which is kind of cool.